Shocking turn of events. Shaeeda Sween arrested. Bilal Hazziez reveals heartbreaking divorce secret. Hello friends, I am Elena. Welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. The 90-Day Fiancé world has been rocked once again, as news breaks that Shaeeda Sween, the beloved yoga instructor and reality TV star, has reportedly been arrested under shocking circumstances. Fans who have followed her journey with Bilal Hazziez since their debut on the TLC series are now in disbelief, wondering how such a calm, composed woman could end up in the middle of such chaos. According to early reports, Shaeeda's arrest came after an incident that spiraled completely out of control, an event that Bilal himself has now spoken about publicly. What he revealed has left both fans and critics stunned, painting a picture of emotional turmoil, misunderstandings, and unexpected consequences that no one saw coming. Bilal Hazziez, who was known on the show for his cautious personality and calculated nature, has reportedly confirmed that the situation wasn't what it looked like. In a lengthy online post, Bilal shared that Shaeeda's arrest was the result of a serious misunderstanding that got blown out of proportion. However, despite his attempts to clarify, the story has only grown larger, with fans speculating about what really happened behind closed doors. Shaeeda, who gained fame for her grace and positive outlook on life, was seen as the peaceful balance to Bilal's perfectionist mindset. Their relationship, though often filled with tension and disagreements, was admired for its authenticity. Yet, in the days leading up to her arrest, sources close to the couple claim that things had been far from peaceful. Arguments about finances, business ventures, and social media exposure had reportedly caused significant strain in their marriage. Insiders say that Shaeeda had been dealing with overwhelming pressure both personally and professionally. Between managing her yoga brand, filming online content, and maintaining her marriage, it seems the stress finally reached a breaking point. What followed, according to eyewitnesses, was a heated confrontation that ended with law enforcement getting involved. Though official records have not yet revealed the full details, those close to the situation allege that the incident may have stemmed from a dispute over property or business disagreements. Reports suggest that a confrontation escalated when Shaeeda tried to retrieve personal items from a shared space. The situation, which could have been handled privately, reportedly turned chaotic when neighbors called authorities after hearing raised voices. When police arrived, what they found was a scene filled with confusion and high emotions. Shaeeda, who had always been seen as calm and composed, was allegedly in tears, insisting she had done nothing wrong. Yet, after a brief investigation, officers made the shocking decision to take her into custody. Witnesses described the scene as heartbreaking, as fans who knew her gentle demeanor could hardly believe what they were seeing. Within hours, the news had spread across social media like wildfire. The hashtag #FreeShaeeda began trending, with fans demanding an explanation and expressing outrage at the turn of events. Reporters flooded Bilal's comment section, asking why he had allowed things to escalate this far. Many accused him of being too controlling, echoing long-standing fan debates that began during their time on 90 Day Fiancé. Bilal, however, insists that the truth is more complicated than anyone knows. In his emotional post, he stated, "I never wanted this to happen. What people are seeing online isn't the full story. Shaeeda is a good person. Things just got out of hand. We're working on resolving it privately and peacefully." Despite his plea for privacy, the court of public opinion has already divided. Some are standing by Shaeeda, saying she deserves understanding and compassion during this difficult time. Others believe Bilal may have played a role in triggering the situation, citing his manipulative tendencies and controlling nature that viewers saw on TV. Sources close to the couple claim that Bilal has been deeply affected by the arrest and has been cooperating with authorities to get Shaeeda released. He reportedly visited the station soon after learning about the situation and has since hired legal counsel on her behalf. One insider mentioned that Bilal knows how much this could affect both of their reputations and is determined to protect her as best as he can. Meanwhile, Shaeeda's fans continue to rally behind her. Many of her yoga students and online followers have expressed disbelief, saying that she was the last person they could imagine getting arrested. Her positive attitude, motivational posts, and spiritual nature have earned her a loyal community who refuse to accept that she could have intentionally done anything wrong. Adding another layer to the mystery, several unverified reports have surfaced claiming that this may not have been a criminal act at all, but rather a procedural misunderstanding. Some fans speculate that it could have involved a business licensing issue or property-related paperwork dispute that mistakenly escalated into an arrest. However, until official statements are released, all details remain speculative. In the aftermath of the incident, both Shaeeda and Bilal's social media accounts have gone quiet. Fans noticed that Shaeeda's usual posts about mindfulness, yoga, and empowerment stopped abruptly the night before the story broke. Bilal, who is usually active in posting motivational quotes, has also gone silent except for his brief statement. TLC has not made any official comment yet, but sources inside the network suggest that they are monitoring the situation closely. Given the couple's popularity, there are already discussions about whether this incident could become part of a future 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After storyline, though others argue that this situation is far too sensitive to exploit for entertainment. Those who know Shaeeda personally continue to describe her as a strong-centered woman who will overcome this setback. A friend of hers shared, "She's going through something really tough right now, but she's resilient. Anyone who knows her knows she doesn't have a malicious bone in her body." I believe the truth will come out soon as the legal process unfolds. Fans are left waiting for clarity. Will Shaeeda be cleared of all charges? Will this incident mark the end of her marriage with Bilal? Or will it bring them closer together as they navigate yet another public crisis? For now, all we know is that this shocking turn of events has shaken the entire 90-Day Fiancé community. From being one of the franchise's most composed and inspirational figures to suddenly finding herself behind bars, Shaeeda's journey has taken a painful, unexpected twist. Yet, if there's one thing fans have learned about her over the years, it's that Shaeeda doesn't give up easily. Whether this is a temporary misunderstanding or something more serious, her supporters believe she will rise above it, with dignity, grace, and strength. One thing is certain, this story is far from over, and as Bilal Hazziez himself hinted, the truth will soon come out. Until then, the world watches and waits for what happens next in this unbelievable chapter of Shaeeda Sween's life. From the very beginning, 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way was built around a bold idea, showcasing Americans who leave their comfort zones, their families, and their entire lives behind to start over in a completely new country for love. It was meant to flip the formula of the original 90-Day Fiancé series. Instead of foreign partners traveling to the US on K-1 visas, it would be the Americans taking that leap of faith, dealing with new languages, customs, religions, and family expectations. When Jenny Slatin and Sumit Singh first appeared on the show, they perfectly embodied that concept. Jenny, a middle-aged woman from Palm Springs, California, left behind her entire life in the United States to be with Sumit, a younger man from India whom she met online. Their relationship had everything the show's producers could dream of: a massive cultural divide, a large age gap, disapproving families, and a deep emotional connection that defied logic, distance, and social pressure. For the first few seasons, viewers were hooked. Jenny's sacrifice felt real. She sold her belongings, gave up her home, and risked everything to live in a foreign country where she didn't speak the language, understand the social customs, or even have legal permission to stay long-term. Sumit's side of the story, too, was emotionally charged. He was torn between his love for Jenny and his duty to his traditional Indian family. It was pure the other way magic. But as the seasons went on, that magic began to fade. Their storyline, which once symbolized the show's core premise of cross-cultural exploration and sacrifice, has evolved into something that feels more repetitive, stagnant, and disconnected from the very essence of The Other Way. Today, many fans feel that Jenny and Sumit's journey no longer fits the adventurous, risk-filled tone the show was originally built on. In its earliest form, Jenny and Sumit's story was the epitome of a daring romantic adventure. Jenny arrived in India with wide eyes and a hopeful heart, struggling with everything from food and heat to visa renewals and family rejection. Every episode brought a new challenge that tested the limits of their love: hiding Sumit's secret arranged marriage, facing angry in-laws, dealing with legal issues, and navigating the complexities of Indian society. But after they finally got married and began living together legally, their storyline lost its spark. What was once a tale of two people defying odds became the story of a couple living an ordinary married life in India. They cook, clean, argue about chores, and discuss in-laws, things any couple anywhere could relate to. The show's original idea was to highlight the shock, struggle, and excitement of moving abroad for love. Now, Jenny and Sumit's story looks more like a slice-of-life domestic drama. Fans who tuned in expecting cross-cultural tension and growth instead see scenes about petty arguments, visa renewals, and dinner plans. The stakes that once made their love feel brave have faded, replaced by repetitive marital squabbles that could happen in any suburb in America. Longevity in reality TV can be both a blessing and a curse. Jenny and Sumit are among the longest-running couples in the Other Way franchise. They've appeared across multiple seasons and spin-offs, and their relationship timeline spans nearly a decade of television. First, their persistence was admirable. Viewers rooted for them to overcome the cultural divide and family opposition. But after several years, the narrative feels stretched thin. There's a sense of déjà vu in every new season, the same arguments, the same family drama, and the same emotional cycles. Reality TV thrives on transformation and progression. Once a story stagnates, it risks becoming filler. Jenny and Sumit's ongoing appearances give off the impression that TLC is milking their popularity rather than telling a fresh story. Their relationship, once groundbreaking, now feels like it's being recycled to maintain familiar faces rather than to explore the show's original premise of new and daring love abroad. At the start, Jenny and Sumit's challenges were deeply cultural and emotional. His parents disapproved, his society judged them, and Jenny had to navigate life as a foreigner in India. Tension between love and tradition was real, and the stakes were high. But over time, the nature of their conflict changed. Instead of culture-based struggles, their drama now centers on smaller, repetitive disagreements, whether Sumit should move to America, whether Jenny should learn Hindi, or whether they should have children. These issues, while relatable, lack the intensity that originally defined The Other Way. The show's magic lies in its cultural storytelling, watching Americans adapt to life abroad and embrace new customs. But in Jenny and Sumit's case, they've already adapted. Their challenges now resemble those of a long-married couple anywhere in the world, not a cross-cultural pair navigating uncharted territory. In storytelling terms, Jenny and Sumit's arc has already reached its natural conclusion. Their love triumphed over disapproval, secrecy, and legal barriers. They got married, earned the right to live together freely, and proved their commitment. That was their happy ending, the emotional peak of their journey. Every season after that feels like an epilogue that keeps dragging on. While viewers still care about them, there's no longer a driving question or meaningful transformation left. The suspense is gone. Reality TV thrives on tension. Will they or won't they? Once that question is answered, the audience's curiosity fades. In The Other Way's case, once Jenny and Sumit got married, the adventure that defined the show ended. Continuing to feature them without a new goal has made their story feel disconnected from the show's spirit of discovery and risk. The essence of 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, is change. Americans uproot their lives to adapt to new cultures, traditions, and values. Viewers tune in to see people evolve under pressure, learning languages, respecting customs, and finding balance between love and identity. Jenny and Sumit, however, have reached a point of stability. Jenny has adjusted to Indian life, and Sumit has adjusted to being married to an older foreign woman. Their biggest cultural hurdles are behind them. Instead of transformation, we now see routine. Their story lacks the growth and movement that the show promises. Without transformation, it no longer fits the theme of The Other Way, which is supposed to be about the risks and rewards of radical life changes for love. Audiences evolve along with the show. When Jenny and Sumit first appeared, their age gap, cross-cultural love story, and perseverance made them unique and inspiring. But as new couples with fresh stories emerge each season, Jenny and Sumit's relationship feels increasingly out of place among younger, more dynamic duos who are still navigating the thrill and chaos of international romance. While fans respect their long-term commitment, it's harder to stay emotionally invested when newer couples are dealing with real uncertainty, visas, family rejection, and cultural barriers that echo the raw energy The Other Way was built on. Compared to that, Jennie and Sumit now seem like a couple whose story has run its course. Reality TV relies on emotional extremes: joy, heartbreak, risk, and transformation. Jennie and Sumit's story, in contrast, has become comfortable and predictable. They've settled into married life, and while they face ordinary challenges, they don't carry the emotional stakes or uncertainty that make The Other Way compelling. Comfort isn't entertaining in this context. Viewers crave tension, not necessarily chaos, but meaningful growth and cultural discovery. Jennie and Sumit's stability, while admirable in real life, is television kryptonite. At its heart, The Other Way is about culture shock, watching Americans stumble, struggle, and adapt to life in foreign lands. Jennie's culture shock was a major hook in the beginning. From food and traditions to navigating Indian bureaucracy, her learning curve was both funny and fascinating. But now, Jennie has lived in India for years. The novelty is gone. She's no longer shocked by anything, and her interactions with Indian culture have become second nature. What was once a central part of the show's appeal, seeing how Americans adapt to new worlds, has vanished. TLC's decision to feature Jennie and Sumit across multiple spin-offs, tell-all specials, and social media updates has also diluted their story's power. They become so overexposed that nothing they do surprises viewers anymore. Every new plotline feels like a variation of something we've already seen. When audiences can predict every argument, reconciliation, or emotional confession, the sense of authenticity that once defined The Other Way fades. Their continued presence feels less like a reflection of the show's premise and more like a brand extension for TLC. At the end of the day, The Other Way is supposed to be about discovery, discovering love, identity, culture, and self through the experience of leaving everything behind. Jennie and Sumit once embodied that idea beautifully. But now their lives are settled. They've already discovered each other and the balance between their two worlds. That's not a failure, it's simply the natural end of their arc. Their story doesn't fit the premise anymore because they've already completed the journey the show was designed to explore. Jennie and Sumit will always be remembered as one of the most iconic couples in 90 Day Fiancé history. Their love defied odds, challenged cultural norms, and captured hearts around the world. They gave The Other Way some of its most memorable moments: heartbreak, hope, and triumph. But the truth is, their story no longer aligns with the adventurous, culture-clashing premise that defined The Other Way. What was once a daring exploration of love across borders has become a quiet portrait of domestic stability. It's not that Jennie and Sumit's love has lost meaning. It's that their journey has already fulfilled the promise of the show's original concept. 90 Day Fiancé star Brandon Gibbs dropped a bombshell decision that shocked Julia. Couple is part of Happily Ever After? Season 9, along with their co-stars Yara, Jovi, Elizabeth, and Andre. Julia and Brandon married for the second time in Miami Beach to give her parents a beautiful day, as they had missed her first nuptials. Brandon wanted to be a dad always, but Julia's fertility issues blocked all paths. They headed to the best doctor and nurse practitioner to determine what was wrong with her and explore possible solutions. Though a Russian doctor told his wife that the chance of conceiving a child is bleak for her, he didn't believe that. He pushed her hard to make another appointment. Julia Trubkina was scared to let the nurse practitioner Lanessa start an ultrasound and saline sonogram with large equipment. She felt uncomfortable with the insertion process, but Lanessa quickly apologized for it. She showed the reality star her uterus on the monitor. Brandon confirmed that he and his wife had been trying to conceive for the past 5 years. Testing helped Brandon and Julia identify the exact issue. It revealed that she has a small tissue growth around the embryo, which Lanessa referred to as a polyp or a blimp in medical terms. Moreover, she noted that the lack of sperm movement was due to adhesion. Julia said that she had never heard of the problem before. Later, the doctor asked the pair if she would get surgery done. In the Sunday night episode of HEA on TLC, Julia Trubkina bid farewell to her mom and dad at the New York airport. Therefore, she looked distraught and exhausted. She faced the camera to reveal that she considered planning a European vacation without Brandon. She explained that since he wouldn't be interested in teaming up with her, she left him out of it. Julia knew that Brandon loved to spend time with his parents, Ron and Betty, more than with her alone. During the husband and wife meeting, she informed him that she was meant to head to Europe, either with him or solo. She raised concerns about how he was a puppet in the hands of his parents. Julia hated Ron and Betty deciding things for Brandon when he was big enough to do them on his own. She issued a warning to her partner that if she took a trip without him, he should know that their marriage would be over. He shared that he was supposed to go because he resigned from his workplace. Brandon realized that being out of a job for his vacation with Julia was wild, but for him, their relationship was essential. Seeing him put her into the priority list, she said that she was proud of him. She appeared glad that he had taken a risk. Sadly, he couldn't smile much. 90-Day Fiancé star Mike Youngquist is stepping into a beautiful and wholesome journey with his girlfriend Sarah. The pair is expecting their first child together, and they couldn't be happier. However, fans are excited to learn about the gender of the upcoming baby. Mike just shared whether he is having a baby boy or a girl. He appeared on the show with his ex-girlfriend Natalie Mordavtseva. TLC star was never ready to start a family with her. He was afraid to enter parenthood and refused to have a baby with her. Natalie was so eager to become a mom, but her partner wasn't ready to start a family with her. Mike surprised fans when he changed his mind about his new girlfriend, Sarah. Is it a baby girl or a boy? What did the couple share? Mike Youngquist has been dating his new girlfriend, Sarah, for quite some time. He has been enjoying his new life away from all the drama and chaos. The 90-Day Fiancé star feels great to have a beautiful and genuine person in his life. However, Mike surprised fans when he shared the news of his new chapter in life. He shared a sweet video of a basket filled with baby products and revealed his girlfriend is pregnant with their first child. The TLC star and his partner are expecting their baby in February 2026. Youngquist wrote, "We have a little one on the way." Fans were happy to learn about the beautiful new chapter of his life. They wished the couple for their new beginning. Some fans also roasted Natalie in the comments because of all the drama she stirred up to have a baby with her ex. Mike Youngquist has been on cloud nine since the news of his girlfriend Sarah's pregnancy. He has been counting days to hold his little one in his arms. The reality TV star also shared the sweet moments of their gender reveal with fans. Matt uploaded a photo of a white cake with blue and pink sprinkles. He shared a video of himself and his girlfriend putting the glasses in the cake to reveal the gander. TLC star revealed the inside of cake's photo in the next slide, which was pink. Mike was happy to learn that he is having a baby girl. He wrote, "The day my life changed forever. Daddy's little girl is here." Fans congratulated the 90-Day Fiancé star and his girlfriend in the comments section. But they were confused why Mike said that his princess is already here. One fan stated, "The announcement said February 26th. So if she is here, it must be really early."